Hey sister, this is Dr. Karen Osborne. Listen, I'm going to talk to you for 30 seconds before this episode begins about my next Women Wanting More live event. This is 2.5 days of women just like you being pushed physically, mentally, emotionally, getting really clear on what they want, knowing why it matters, and leave with the tools to actually put that into action and being part of a sisterhood. So if this is something that really, really resonates within your heart, sister, I want you to head over to drkarenosborne.com, click on the Work With Me button, and we can start the application process. I look forward to hearing from you. Here's that episode.
Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
So, sister, the world is better because you're in it. The world is better because you are in it. Now, this is something that my boys say as part of their power words each day. My boys are Tyson and Kai, who are 6 and 3. And they say it, in the first person, which is the world is better because I'm in it. I had a whole episode, which I'll reference here in the show notes, about why I do these with my boys and what are the words that we actually tell ourselves on a daily basis. And maybe we should program ourselves with some better words than the words that we're often using. Beating yourself up, getting out the hammer, not enough, not good enough, I fucked up. But we do these power words. And this is something that I shared at my recent live event. And I remember actually saying back to one of the women there, one of the sisters, and I think it's a powerful thing to really understand this. That the world is better because you are in it. But here's the piece of this that you need to kind of really know is in order for you to not just say that, right? So right now my boys are saying it. They don't really quite grasp it yet. Maybe Tyson does. But in order for you to really say that and mean it, believe it, is to ask yourself this question. Am I using my life? Or am I wasting my life? Am I giving my talents? Am I serving? Am I showing up? Am I owning the power that I have inside of me to affect others in the world? And most importantly, first and foremost, myself. Because if you did, then you would know that the world is better because you are in it. We all have the potential, and I think all in our different ways, whatever point you are in your life. Married, not married, kids, no kids. Business owner, entrepreneur, working for somebody else. Kind of just learning what I teach here on this podcast and starting to implement, or maybe even listening from the very beginning. And I've really seen such incredible shifts. So you're actually been one of my clients, or currently one of my clients, and really seen what is possible when you start to live your life this way. When you start to realize, as I did when I first heard Garrett J. White's message of having it all on my husband's podcast in February, March of 2015, was that 2015? That holy shit, I can't have it all. And holy shit, this is hard. This is not easy. That's why most people don't do it, right? It's difficult doing this deep work, making commitment, doing things no matter what, even when you don't feel like it. And that your life can expand in such crazy, amazing ways. And you can create anything that you truly do want. That's another power word that I have my boys say. I can create and become anything. You can, sister, create and become anything. It's cool, right? We can start this with our kids early on. For us big girls, us adults, we have to kind of deprogram some of the stuff that we grew up with. But you are not a lost cause. The world is better because you are in it. But are you really living up to that, sister? Is there more that you can be doing? Good morning. Or are you holding back and shrinking because you don't want to take the light away from somebody else? What would people think? What if I fail? The world is better because you are in it, my sister. The sooner that you stop beating yourself up, thinking you've done things wrong, getting all the hammers out to beat yourself up on a regular basis, and say, I don't know. The sooner you stop all that stuff is the sooner that you really start stepping into the life that is rightly yours to create. Because the world is better because you're in it. So that's all I'm leaving with today, sister. This is a short but sweet podcast, but we've been given this incredible life to live. Like, I mean live. I don't mean going through the motions, but like truly live. And if you have just been going through the motions and not really living up to what you want, to your potential, to your gifts, then here's a more tip for you to start shifting that. You're going to spend 30 minutes today and write this down. What do I want? Number 2, why does it matter? And number 3, am I willing to commit to it? That's it. What do I want? Why does it matter? Am I willing to commit to it? You keep listening to this podcast, you'll learn more of the how and how to get to that place. My clients definitely do that, work with me at a much more in-depth level, and they get there faster. So you can take all these more tips and put them together and get incredible shift, but it's hard to do it solo, right? But you can do this, sister. So do this more tip. See what comes up for you. Feel free to share it with me if you'd like. You can Facebook message me or email it to drkaren@drkarenosborn.com. And I want you to do this. Go ahead, head over to drkarenosborn.com. Make sure to get on the Women Wanting More newsletter. Okay, this is the way to stay connected, sister. You're going to get advance notice of my new book that's coming out, my next live events, coaching programs. I just launched something new called the 30-Day Marriage Challenge, all my masterclasses, webinars. So make sure to head over to drkarenosborn.com, enter your name and your email. There's a couple places to do that, and I'll get hooked up on the newsletter today. So I will talk to the next episode, sister. A life of more is just one step away from you doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosborn.com/newsletter.